G'day guys, it's your old pal Nick here from the Bulldog Fanatic YouTube channel, and in today's video we are reviewing the Western Bulldogs 66-point loss to the Sydney Swans from Thursday night in round 7 at Marvel Stadium. Sorry this video is out a bit late. I've just been busy the last few days doing stuff, so I'm now got a finally chance to record this video, but nonetheless I will be reviewing the Dogs' Premiership reunion clash against the Swans and, well, how bad the loss was. Let's get into it. So the Bulldogs lost 18-18, 126. Sydney Swans kicked to the Bulldogs 9-6, 60. So Sydney scored 36 times, so the Bulldogs only 15. So honestly, it should have been more. Sydney missed quite a few gettable shots, throughout the game. So it honestly could have been a lot bigger. It felt bigger than that, honestly, if I'm going to be real. It's just, an absolute domination from the Swans, led by Charlie Curnow kicking 7 goals. So at least it wasn't 10 like Jeremy Cameron the previous week, but still a big bag nonetheless. So it was a special night for the Bulldogs, celebrating their 10-year Premiership anniversary for both the AFL and VFL flags we won in 2016. And before the game, it was quite a nice experience seeing a lot of old players and former players for both the AFL and VFL winning sides in 2016 and showing off the cups. And being there while the boys came out, for the game and lining up, which was pretty cool. So I enjoyed that part. I really enjoyed that part. But as for the game itself, we actually started okay. We kicked the first 3 goals of the game, and I thought, hey, this could be on here. This could be on. But I realised soon enough quickly that Sydney was starting to take control, probably halfway through the first quarter. And honestly felt like in the first half, at halftime, I thought we were just hanging on. And, we were just making the most of our opportunities while Sydney weren't making the most of theirs. And in the second half, it really started to open up. The boys started to get fatigued more. Sydney just ran out the game a lot better than we did. And just like we have a lot of young and inexperienced players. And it really started to show, in the second half of the game. Especially because we had 82 turnovers. Absolutely crazy. That's a season high for the Bulldogs. 82 turnovers. And we got punished severely, especially in that second half. So for the Bulldogs, it was a very undermanned defence. No James O'Donnell and Rory Lobbs. Therefore, it was a back. 3 key defenders were Buku Kamas, Ryan Garner, and Jed Buslinger. And Buku had the task of Charlie Curnow. He didn't do a great job. I mean, it's just Buku's not number 1 key defender. He's just not tall enough. 189 centimetres. He's just not tall enough to be a number 1 key defender. And he was out of position against Curnow so many times. He would play in front of Curnow so many times instead of playing back shoulder. And it was really infuriating, honestly. But it was always going to be a tall task to play on Charlie Curnow, given Sydney, the way they moved the ball and how they kicked the footy to Charlie is a lot better than what Carlton did when they kicked to Charlie Curnow when they played against us in years previously. So, I wasn't surprised that Curnow kicked a bag at all, really. I'm just grateful he didn't kick 10 like Jeremy Cameron did. But our defence was under siege pretty much all night, especially in that second half. 70 entries the Swans had. So it was always going to be hard to stop that, given their great ball movement. Just their foot skills. Their foot skills are absolutely terrific, the Swans. There was just no way we could stop that. One of the scarier incidents I've seen on a footy field in recent years was the Aaron Norton injury. Well, so for context, Lewis Hammett has a shot at goal, a young ruck/forward, has a shot at goal from about, 40 out, on a bit of an angle, 40, 45 out. This hits so badly, doesn't even make the disc, doesn't even make the goals, and Aaron Norton tries to go for a mark. Good, and he actually grabbed it. The umpires, who were pricks, didn't pay the mark, but Norton went tumbling, almost neck first onto the ground. It looked like a car crash incident from what I saw. Just seeing the replays of the incident, it looked like a car crash injury. And I thought, he's done something to his neck. He's probably really badly knocked out. Or I thought for a second he was paralyzed. That's how bad it was. It didn't look like a sports injury. It looked like a car crash injury. And somehow he is okay. He actually didn't go to hospital or anything. Wasn't concussed. Actually, he went home with his parents that night, and he's had scans since, and he hasn't got any severe neck damage. It's a bit sore, but he's a very good chance to play against the Dockers this week. 'Cause, that was just a crazy. He came from 2 deep as well to try and go for the mark. And I think he did take the mark, it's just the umpires didn't pay for it. But the most important thing is Aaron Norton is okay. But I just wanted to mention it because it was a very, very scary incident. And just seeing it was just like, wow. It was just like really dramatic and really terrifying to watch. I cannot go talking about this game without talking about the one player from the 2016 flag that was out there, and that is Marcus Fontenfelli, our skipper. Now, I thought 3 or 4 hours before the game he wasn't going to play. Like, he was a genuine 50-50 chance on the day to not play, given, how sore that knee was. He barely trained throughout the week, and it was only a 6-day turnaround from the Cats game where he did injure his knee. So he had heavy strapping on his right knee, and I didn't think he was going to play. But he played, and played amazing. He got 8 coaches' votes. So both Dean Cox and Luke Beveridge thought he was the second best player on the ground behind Charlie Curnow, who got 10 coaches' votes. Fair enough, he kicked 7. But yeah, Bont, considering he was also copying a tag from James Jordan. Now, it wasn't as a ferocious tag compared to what O'Shea Mullen gave Bont a week earlier, but still a tag nonetheless. And James Jordan's still one of the best taggers in the league. So I thought it was going to be a long night for Bont, even though he was playing. But nah, I could just tell already. That first kick, he kicked to Aaron Norton, an absolute spear to him on the lead. And I was just like, he's on. I could just feel Bont's aura, immediately with that kick. I was just like, he's on, Bont. He is on. And he played really well. He was making the right decisions. He was probably one of the few players that actually had a genuine crack the entire game. And it's just unfortunate the weight of numbers from Sydney just wasn't enough. It wasn't enough for Bont, to get us over the line or close to it, unfortunately. But one moment that does stand out for me from Bont was that after Aaron Norton got knocked out, well, not knocked out, but after Aaron Norton got injured and got stretched off, Bont gathered the troops in for the huddle, gave them a message. Don't know what was said, but as soon as play was back on, only probably got 5 minutes after Aaron Norton got stretched off, kicked a darn good goal from a stoppage from about 45-50 out, left on the left half forward flank at the Footscray, and it was just beautiful. A classic Bont goal. And even though we were losing by about 5-6 goals at the time, I was just like, wow, this guy's special. This is why, in my opinion, he's the greatest Bulldog of all time. It made the game somewhat watchable for me, just seeing Bont probably playing on one leg, actually just playing so well, and, Bont having good PR again after his PR took a bit of a hit after the Geelong game. In terms of effort, I thought the effort was a lot better, given the previous 2 weeks, especially the Cats game. The effort was pathetic against Geelong, but the effort in this game was a lot better. It was a lot better. It's just the skill execution, particularly in the second half, was just deplorable. Unfortunately, given how inexperienced we are compared to how good the Swans are. They're probably the team to beat this year, the Swans. And it showed it. It's just, I was happy with the effort, but it was just, the weight of numbers from Sydney and how good they are, and just given all the injuries we got to a lot of our experienced and better players, just, it really mounted in the end. But I was happier with the effort. It's just a shame that we still got blown out quite badly. Like, the arse really fell out of us in that second half, and it was hard to watch. I was putting my hands on my face a lot whenever Sydney got out to open play in that second half, because I just knew it was going to lead to a score of some sorts, probably via Charlie Curnow, and I was just like, So it was pretty painful to watch the second half, but I appreciate the effort was a little bit better. A big factor of why we lost the game was just no Team English again. Lachlan Smith finally made his debut, and he and Lewis Emmett, were split rucking for a lot of the game. And Lachlan Smith, I really liked his debut. I actually thought he played pretty well, but it was always going to be hard to match against Brodie Grundy, and Grundy had an absolute field day, kicking a couple of goals and just getting so much territory with his hit-outs and himself getting clearances. He set up a lot of Sydney's goals, because we were getting beaten at stoppage by quite a bit early on, and the hit-outs to advantage was absolutely staggering. But it was always going to be, that was a big reason why we lost badly, because just the ruck dominance that Brodie Grundy had throughout the entire game. And let's just hope we get Tim English back soon, because I did not realise how important Tim English was until he went down. He's probably our most valuable player over, let's say, a Bont or a Sam Darcy. So that was a big reason why we lost, because Brodie Grundy was just way too dominant for our inexperienced rucks. Look, I thought some guys played really well. I thought Michael Selwood once again really impressed. He's probably been our best defender so far this year, which is saying something. But no, he's been fantastic this year. He's played every game, and he just looks really composed, and like I think he gives an effort, with his intercepting and his tackling pressure. He's not the best kick 5 foot, but I really feel like he gives it his all, and he just gets better with every game, Michael Selwood. So he's been fantastic to watch. And it was great to see Adam Treloar back. It was so good because, he's hardly played any footy the last couple of years. And yeah, I thought he played pretty well in the first half. And I thought his ball use and decision making was pretty good. But in the second half, I think he ran out of gas, and he started to turn the ball over a bit and was not having the same impact like he did in the first half. But hopefully that gets better with more games. But one thing he has lost is his pace. He's pretty much got no pace now in his legs, which is probably due to the injuries with his calves and hamstrings, and also due to his age. He is 33 now, 32, 33, so yeah. It's nice to see Ads back with that interesting mullet, to say the least. But yeah, so a few of the shining lights from Thursday night. I gotta talk about this player because I just don't think he's playing well outside of a half against Adelaide. Knows Joel Frazier. I feel like he's been put on a pedestal that's just really high, and a lot of hype from us fans and in the general AFL fandom and in the media. It's just like Joel Frazier, he hasn't had a great start to the year. It doesn't help he hasn't got, he's playing a lot of positions. Like, he's playing wing, he's playing half forward, playing inside mid. He doesn't have a dedicated position, so he's getting flung around everywhere throughout the games, which is probably not great for his continuity, given he's only 20 years old. But still, when he has the ball in his hands, he's just not making the right decisions. He's trying to be too cute. He's trying to be too smart. It's just different watching him this year compared to last year. And there's probably more attention to him now, given, the realization of how good he can be from the rest of the AFL. So, yeah, I'm not saying drop him. He is only 20 years old. He's played less than 50 games, so I will give him some grace for that. It just hasn't been the best start to the year for Joel Frazier outside of that great game against Adelaide. So I honestly wouldn't mind him just playing a half back for the next couple of weeks, just to give him some more confidence and just give him a dedicated position for an entire game. So we're 4-3 now. That's 3 straight losses in a row. And we've dropped all the way to 10th on the ladder with a horrific percentage of 91.7, 91.6. Yeah, it's the fall from, a few weeks ago being on top of the ladder to now 10th. It's just quite remarkable, actually. A lot due to injuries, a lot just to, I think, us getting exposed by better teams. But yeah, it's not ideal, We played the Dockers this week, who are second on the ladder, 6-1. That's terrific. But yeah, I just hope we get some players back for that game, because we need it desperately, especially Team English, because that would do a lot, having just a somewhat competitive ruckman against Luke Jackson. So yeah. Final thoughts for this game are, well, it wasn't great. It wasn't super fun to watch. But there's only one way up from here, I think, and that's hopefully just a better performance against Dockers. Hopefully we get more troops back into the side, and hopefully we can put in a better effort, and hopefully be somewhat defensively capable of knocking off the Dockers. I just want to be happy, because the last few weeks have just not been happy. It's just been an absolute train wreck after train wreck after train wreck. And very traumatic Thursday night, especially just the way we were getting beaten. It's been a while since I've seen the Dogs get smashed like that badly live, but hopefully that's the last time I see that for a while. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoy the video. I will be going to the Dockers game on Friday night, even though we're probably not going to win. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy the video, enjoy the content. Subscribe down below to the Bulldog Fanatic YouTube channel if you want to hear more Bulldog stuff from a Bulldog Nuffy like myself. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy the video, and as always, go you mighty Bulldogs. See you next time.